Hello. Okay, we're starting to go live. Hopefully, we will be live soon. All right, we're live on TikTok, live on Instagram, live on Facebook, and soon to be live on YouTube. Hello, everybody. I'm going to give people a second to file in while I finalize my setup here. And who's ready for a crossword puzzle today? I certainly am. I think we have a good one. I haven't solved a crossword puzzle in a couple days, and that feels like ages for me. So I'm psyched for today. Absolutely psyched. Okay, getting my chat set up. Luncharoni joined. Welcome back, Luncharoni. Always good to have you here. And all right, I think we're all set up. And hello, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Crossword Live. So this is the show where we solve one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles together. So I have a crossword here loaded on screen, and you can always see the clues here in this blue panel. These are most fun when everybody participates, works together, and if you think you know an answer, just pop it into chat, and I'll try to keep track of everybody's input and really make this a crowdsourced solve. So we can just dive into the puzzle. Arkadium Games says hello, getting the chat started. And at 1 across, we have a 2012 Affleck film. I'm assuming this is talking about Ben Affleck. I have an idea of who this is. Arkadium, I see you on YouTube as well. That's awesome. People are joining on TikTok. Welcome, everybody. And help me solve this crossword. This crossword comes from Arkadium. Arkadium has a million different crosswords, but also lots of other different games. So do go to arkadium.com and check them out, or follow us wherever you're watching. We do the Daily Crossword Live every day, and you don't want to miss a show. It's super fun. By the way, I didn't mention the title of this puzzle. So today we're solving Steering Committee by Fred Piskup. And as usual, these titles don't make a ton of sense right when we start, but as we solve the puzzle, hopefully Steering Committee will start to make an abundance of sense to us as the theme emerges. Okay, so 1 across we have this 2012 Affleck film, and let's see what 14 is. Entryway. It's kind of a vague clue. So not immediately sure what that's going to be. And then 17, we have a large section of an atlas. I also don't think I know that right off. All right, so I'm definitely going to need some assistance on this puzzle. We can check the downs as well. Abel's dad. Okay, so this is Bible. So this is going to be Cain and Abel. I believe I know who their dad was, but I'm not super up on my Bible, so do let me know. George, welcome. 2012 Affleck film might be Argo. Yeah, that's what I think it is too. I mean, I can't even think of another 4-letter Ben Affleck film, and 2012 feels about right for Argo. If you don't remember Argo, it was a really good movie. I think it won Best Picture that year. It was based on a true story. A pretty wild story. Okay, so we have an A now for Abel's dad, which also aligns with what my hunch was for this. And, oh, we hadn't looked at 2 down. Blank O'Donnell of TV. Hello. Mysterious username with a bunch of dots says Adam. Yeah, I think Adam. Yeah, Abel and Cain, so it's Adam, exactly. I think Cain and Abel were Adam and Eve's sons, right? Zach Plume, welcome. Zach Plume 23 says Rosie O'Donnell. I like that as well. Yeah, it's interesting. O'Donnell is probably not a very uncommon last name, and yet I could only think of a single O'Donnell of TV, and it's Rosie. Anastasio, good morning to you as well, watching on YouTube. So what do we have? Entryway. Okay, the DO does help on this. And 17 is a large section of an atlas. Interesting. What do we think for that one? Yeah, we're getting door user 343 says door for entryway. I think I like this. Okay, TikTok chat starting to heat up. Love to see it. And Zach saying Asia for atlas. I like that as well. Yeah, I really wasn't sure when we had no letters in the grid. Because a large section of an atlas, I was thinking like the oceans maybe would be the large section, but Asia is indeed an enormous continent, so I think you're onto something there. 3 down, on the way out. And what's this long one? Marmalade bit. I could go for some marmalade. I haven't had any breakfast yet. So maybe after. Yeah, people saying going for on the way out. I like that. If you're on the way out, you're going, gone. I think that looks right. Ooh, frozen waffle brand. Okay, we have crossing breakfast entries. I used to eat these all the time as a kid, but not so much anymore. We have a frozen waffle brand. Okay, we're getting some interesting guesses. Someone guessed grapefruit, but I feel good about this O on Argo here. I see someone else saying orange peel. Let's see if that fits. Yeah, orange peel. That's good. I suppose it could also be like orange rind or orange zest or something, but I think that's looking good. And everyone knows Eggo. Eggo, the frozen waffle brand. Man, I miss those. Are people still eating Eggos? User178 says, this is so hard. Is this a Saturday puzzle from the New York Times? No, this is the Daily Medium puzzle from Arkadium. So Arkadium puts out Daily Easy, Daily Medium, Daily Hard, and then a whole bunch of other different lines of crosswords. So if this one's too hard for you, check out one of the easy ones. We're doing a medium, but don't feel discouraged. We're doing it all together. So if you don't know all of them, that's totally fine. If you think you know one of them, then you're part of it. Charged atom. Yeah, everyone's saying ion. I hadn't even read the clue, but yeah, charged atom in chemistry. Apple user says, Lego my ego. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and we have our first long across entry, Good Will Hunting actress. Anyone remember this? I love Good Will Hunting. I know it's a pretty unoriginal opinion to love Good Will Hunting, because everyone does. Oh, interestingly, we have, it's another Ben Affleck movie. I know he's not the star, but he is in it. So we got 2 Ben Affleck movies already in the grid. And Ben McHater is the first one to say Minnie Driver. Yeah, that is the female lead in Good Will Hunting. Dots says, I watched it, but I don't know the actors. Well, luckily we're in a pool of people, some of whom do know the actors. Skylar104 also getting Minnie Driver. Let's check this second section here. Wander about, 5 down. Essayist's piece. User347 says Rome. Oh, is that for wander about? Because I think that would be spelled differently. People are spelling Rome, but this is the city in Italy. If you mean to like roam around, that one would end in an M, and I feel good about this E, so I don't think it's going to be Rome like that. Yeah, Zach says wrong Rome. I agree with Zach. Essayist's piece, and what do we have at 7 down? Ballpark average. Okay, so this is probably baseball, but when I think of baseball averages, I think of like, I can't think of any 4-letter ones. People guessing Rove for wander about. Yeah, I like that. It fits, and it makes sense. People writing, oh, ballpark beverage. Oh my god, I just totally misread the clue. I was like, people writing beer. How is beer a ballpark average? I just misread the clue. It's ballpark beverage. Yeah, definitely beer. Nice work. Keeping me honest over here. That's what I love about chat. Okay, have we looked at... Okay, and 5 across is looking strong. 5 across is steals from. And 15 across is oil cartel. Arkadium says almost beer time. Maybe where you are in Barcelona, but not where I am. I don't think it's beer time. I gotta have my Eggos first. Swerve suddenly. Oh yeah. TikTok is alive with correct answers. Steals from is robs. Everyone likes that. Oil cartel is OPEC. And everyone likes veer for swerve suddenly. I'm going to check the downs just for, I think, good crossword hygiene. Make sure that these check out with their clues. Essayist's piece is an op-ed. That's right, like an opinion piece in a newspaper or a magazine. Farah says, what's the game name? So this is Arkadium's Daily Medium crossword. So if you go to arkadium.com or follow us on wherever you're watching right now, then you will find a ton of games. It's not just crosswords over there. They got everything. So you will definitely enjoy it and find something up your alley. If you want a harder crossword, they've got those. If you want an easier crossword, they've got those. So do check out Arkadium. I highly recommend it. Pharmacy order for short. Yeah, people spelling it different ways, but I like script. I think that's short for prescription from a pharmacy, a script. You don't see this word spelled out that often, do you? It's more common just in casual language. Okay, we got a big shot at 22 down. And we have 24 across is a photo. Okay. What do we think of this? Yeah, JB says VIP. Yeah, I think JB is a big shot on this one. VIP, very important person, big shot. Everything's making sense. And what do we think for photo? And I'll also dip my toe in this section up here. 9 across, we have city's outskirts for short. Not really sure about that. Yeah, 4SH says picture, which I like for this, but it doesn't fit, right? Yeah, pic, exactly. Yeah, I think pic is short for photo, for picture, and photo, picture, all good. What do we have here? Mountaineer's starting point. And 10 down, we have alternative to a taxi. And fish eggs at 11 down. Unopened blossom. Ooh, McClusk says base camp. Nice entry. Very nice entry. I am reminded of my sister hiked to Everest Base Camp. It was like an 11-day intense hike. Anyone here do Everest or interested in Everest? Her stories were unreal from that trip. I don't have that kind of grit in me. People saying the alternative to a taxi is an Uber. Yes, Uber is the modern taxi. Sometimes you'll see Lyft in the grid, and it's not clear which one it's going to be until you get a couple letters, but we already had the R, so Uber works and Lyft does not. City's outskirts for short. Burbs. Safi says burbs. Nice work. Yeah, the suburbs. A lot of like casual language in today. We got script, we got pick, we got burbs. I like when the puzzle is speaking modern language. Jade, welcome back. Jade writes roe for fish eggs. Yeah, exactly. Like on your sushi, for example. Unopened blossom. I'm sure we've gotten this and I've just missed it. Chat is going fast. Unopened blossom and a farm pen. I don't even remember seeing this clue. Yeah, bud is an unopened blossom. That's perfect for this time of year, spring. The flowers are just starting to bud. 16 across is approximately, and we only have one letter left, so these are kind of gimmies at this point. Rundown in appearance. And yeah, everyone likes sty for a farm pen, so sty is where the pigs hang out. And approximately is about, yeah, give or take, about. And then rundown in appearance is seedy. I'm thinking like a seedy bar or a seedy alley is rundown and a little, gives you creepy vibes. Nice work, everybody. Yeah, that was a super smooth first top third of the puzzle. I'm having fun. 28 across. Pass into law. CAE Cat Purple VR says, have a nice day, bro. Keep the good vibes going. You have a nice day as well. I'm glad you're feeling the good vibes. Yeah, people like enact for pass into law. I think that's got to be it. Enact. Blank making myself clear. And it's a quote, so it's going to be a fill in the blank on a common quote. Blank making myself clear. Yeah, am I making myself clear? I hope I am. Definitely trying to. One way to pay. With a C. Star Wars fan says how you play this game. So you go to Arkadium.com and you will find the Daily Medium Crossword there. That's what we're playing right now. Or pick from any of their other crossword puzzles if you want to play a different one. And when you go there, you will see that they have a million other games. So do check out Arkadium.com. That's how you play this game. People are saying cash or card. Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't even thought of that. With just the C and 4 letters, we don't actually know. This is ambiguous because you can pay with cash or card. So we're definitely going to need crosses. And honestly, the second cross isn't even going to help because, yeah, Boki points out that the A... Okay. My producer's telling me we're not live on Instagram, and so I'm just going to take 1 second to quickly try to fix this. Okay. Yeah, sorry about this. I'm trying to go live on Instagram as well. Maybe that helped? Starting to go live on Instagram? Sorry for the diversion. So maybe that helped. But meanwhile, TikTok chat is filling up with guesses for 37 across. Quite contrary, girl of rhyme. Yeah, I love when chat gets it before I even read the clue. Quite contrary is Mary quite contrary. That looks great. Cat Purple says, my mom died recently, so it's been pretty rough, so I like to spread good vibes. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're hanging in there. And I agree, good vibes is kind of all we can hope for here. 31 down, takes a stab at. Jacob says, you have a nice voice. That's nice to hear. Okay, we also have, I'm kind of jumping around all over the place. Should I stay in the middle here? We have a bunch. We still don't know cash or card, and that's annoying me. So let's check 44, roll call response. Although everyone's telling me that takes a stab at is tries. Hopefully we're live on Instagram now too. One way to pay, yeah, we still don't know that. But roll call response. What do we think? Yeah, here. Nice. Like here, present. When it's roll call, when you're taking attendance, you say here. And this H finally settles 30 down for us. It was not card after all. You pay with cash. At least today. Go team. Okay, British Dukedom at 38 down. Okay. Anyone calling in from Britain? Last time we had a couple. Yeah, British Dukedom is York. At least I think it is, but everyone agrees. I'm in New York, or at least the New York area. 42 down, Teachers Org. Jacob says, I'm from England. Well, welcome, Jacob. James also, hello from England. Jade from England. Oh my god, we got a ton of you. Welcome. Is it ever tricky? I mean, these are very English language crosswords, and I know we have some spellings that are different. You know, if color were in the grid, do you put a U or do you not put a U? I'm assuming in this puzzle it would be without the U. Okay, 40 across, we have series demo episode, and it spans the entire grid. Cafe Pen says, Brit here in Wales. Wow, we got a lot. Ben says they're also American. Yeah, these crosswords are very American. Jade says, if color were in the grid, she'd write it without the U, but it hurts. That's pretty funny. Oh, 34 across. I think I saw people guessing this earlier. High five sound for clap. I think I saw people saying clap earlier. I suppose it could be slap, too. We could check the C. Yeah, and everyone getting 40 across. The series demo episode is television pilot. Nice entry. Good work. And feels good to get a grid spanner. Feels like we've opened up access to this right half of the grid. Oh, but this CT looks awfully weird, doesn't it? Houston Ball Club informally. What do we think of that? And 35 is skeptical. Safi asks, what's the theme? Yes, let's check. It's a good time to check in on that. So I'll remind you, this puzzle is called Steering Committee. So, and we have two, I'm guessing the themers are at 20 across and 40 across, Mini Driver and Television Pilot. So with Steering Committee as the title and these two entries, anyone have any clues as to what the theme is? I think I see it. Yeah, Anava writes slap for 34 across, which I think is going to work better with the T in this down. Yeah, people say Stros. So that is the Houston Astros. Yeah. Informally. Ashton Evans telling me in all caps, Astros formally, Stros informally. Exactly. We have a lot of informal language in today's puzzle, which I really like. Jade agrees slap works better by far. Nice. It's a nice thing about crosswords. You get 2 shots at every square. We definitely needed it for that one. 35 down is skeptical. 36 is Annie Hall, director. I remember this. Annie Hall was the first movie my wife and I saw together. Not in theaters, we rented it. And 40, yeah, leery. Leery for skeptical. Although, how do you spell it? People are spelling it with an A. I thought it was with an E. Can chat weigh in? Is this an E or an A here? Yeah, and Woody Allen directed Annie Hall. People know that one. What's SYN? Thesaurus listing abbreviation. Okay, so this is short for synonym. Good. At first I got worried, like, what on earth is SYN? But I think things are making sense. And then what's this one? Ooh, ultimatum ender. It's also kind of a strange combination of letters until you read the clue. Krabby Abby says Leary with an E. Let's try this, or let's actually just look at the clue. Look at the cross. 43 across, adversary of U.S. Grant. Another very American clue. This is the Revolutionary, or this is the Civil War. Yeah, so people saying or else for ultimatum ender. I like that entry. You do this or else. Exactly. And Felix Fortnabras says the adversary is R.E. Lee. So that's Robert E. Lee was the adversary of Ulysses S. Grant. Yeah, too American for me, says Jade. Well, luckily we're doing this together. We got Americans and Brits working together, and many other nationalities, I'm sure. Yeah, so Leary in the end is spelled with 2 E's. I think with an A, this is a surname. All right, cool, cool. And has anyone gotten the theme, by the way? The puzzle is steering committee. And so far, our 2 theme entries are mini driver and television pilot. Someone explain the theme to me. And while you do that, I'll take a look at 41 down. Priests' dressing rooms. Ooh. VES is a common prefix when it comes to clothing. Yeah, people are getting the theme. Vehicle operators, nice, yeah, exactly. I think I agree. So steering committee, we have driver at the end of this entry and pilot at the end of this entry. So driver steers a car and a pilot steers an airplane. So I think that's what's happening. 56 across looks like another theme entry, but I actually have no idea what it's going to be. What's going to be the last vehicle? I sometimes like to try to predict what the last themer is going to be. Okay, let's do this section over here. I know I teased us with 41 down, but everyone is saying a different answer for 41 down. So let's go here first, and then we'll go clear that up. We have a Chinese temple. Cat Purple, hi, you're back. Glad to have you back. Do you know a Chinese temple starting with PA? And 39 is stubborn equines. Oh, James Carr says captain's got to be somewhere. Right, so captain being a steerer of a ship. Yeah, Jade also guesses captain for the last one. Okay, I can't wait to see. People like pagoda for Chinese temple. I like that as well. It's a pleasant sounding word. And everyone agrees that stubborn equines are mules. Yeah, stubborn as a mule. Wonderful. What's this one? Comics punch sound. Okay. So this is going to be some syllable that might show up in comic books when, you know, Batman punches the Joker. Arroz con what? Chicken dish. Yeah, people like pow. I saw a couple bam in there. Let's try pow. Pow. Nice. What's this? Ooh, blank a Grecian urn, Keats' work. Who's up on their poetry? Meanwhile, everyone is writing arroz con pollo for chicken dish. Sounds delicious. And to squander, yeah, Seb writes ode on a Grecian urn. I definitely read that in school, but it has been a while. Anyone still up on their Keats? And to squander is to waste, yeah. Chat is in unison about that. Good work. I think the mediums are too easy for y'all. At 45, we have zilch, and 33 down, rodent pets. Okay, I almost said pests. I don't want another misread like I did up here. Rodent pets. Yeah, people like none for zilch. none, zip, nil, zilch. Yeah, and guinea pigs, it's a very fun entry. I actually owned a guinea pig. My first pet, my sister and I begged our parents for a guinea pig. His name was Peanut. And he brought us a lot of joy. We saw this clue ages ago. I don't remember if anyone put a guess into chat. The teacher's org, we have a new letter. And 48 across is hockey footwear. Okay. Yeah, skate. Skate. Yeah, so the teacher's org is NEA. Which, what does that stand for? Anyone know? And what do we have here? Prefix for pod or cycle. So this is a prefix that's going to work before pod, and it's going to work before cycle. National Education Association. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, tripod, and tricycle, exactly. Great work. Okay, now we've done kind of 2/3 of the puzzle, so I'm going to go back here to the left. I got a ton of guesses on priest's dressing room, but they're so far back in chat, so I think we're going to have to... Yeah, vestuary. C17 says vestuary. Wow, what a word. Is that it? I needed you for that one. Someone else says vestibules, which I'm not sure quite works, quite fits. The color of honey. It's a pleasant image. And we have zilch. Oh, we have 2 zilches in the grid. So this one was zilch for none, and 63. People say gold for the color of honey. Yeah, that looks nice. Golden honey. Although some of these crosses are starting to look strange. Ooh, Vietnam's capital. I definitely know this, and it tells me which letter's wrong. Meanwhile, people are writing nil for zilch, which I agree. Hanoi, exactly. Who's been to Hanoi? I have. Lovely city. Okay, so that means vestuary was wrong. I trusted you. Whoever wrote vestuary, I trusted you. But it still can't be vestibule because it doesn't fit. I'm sure someone has typed it into chat a million times and I've just missed it, so apologies if that's you. Vestries, says Arietta. Vestries. The crosses look wonderful. Yeah, Arietta feels confident. That's good enough for me. Well done. Here at 66 we have banish. And at 69, joins with a blowtorch. It's a cool image. And what do we have here? 61 is chop down. Yeah, exile. Everyone likes exile for banish. Those are straight synonyms. Let's check the X. Oh, we have 2 chop downs right next to each other. That's fun. So we have chop down, and those are going to reveal joins with a blowtorch, which everyone says is welds. Yeah, if you join 2 metals with a blowtorch, that's called welding. And to chop down is to axe, like you axe a tree. That can be used as a verb. And to hew is slightly less common, at least in my world, but it is a word to like chop down a tree, to hew. Awesome. Okay, 56 across. It's time for our last themer. And people were guessing that we'd see captain show up in this entry, because remember, our theme is steering committee, and we have driver and pilot already in the grid. So people are guessing that this is going to be someone who steers a boat. We have certain smart elementary school student. Ooh, Felix Fortnabras got that fast. Grade skipper, nice. Very cool. Okay, so grades, if you skip a grade, you're a smart elementary school student, you know, go from 1st grade to 2nd grade. But this also works with our theme. We have driver, pilot, and now skipper. It was not captain, it was skipper. Yeah, Safi says great answer. Jade agrees it works with the theme. Yeah, we were expecting captain. I liked captain of a boat. But skipper is honestly even more fun than captain. Took us all by surprise. I love it. 47 down, actress Longoria. We only got 1 letter missing. I know this one. And hydroelectric power agency. Okay, thank you to Eva Longoria, because I don't think I know this hydroelectric power agency. Does anyone know this? We'll check the down. Increase as a lead. Bill says, I think 61 down is hem. Ooh, because you could do melds for joins with a blowtorch. Melds or welds. Tough. I was pretty sure, though, that hew spelled this way does mean to chop down. I am leaning towards the W, not 100%, but at the end, if we don't get the confirmation that we solved it all right, then this is the first place I'm going to look. TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority. Man, I'm learning so much from you guys. Hydroelectric Power Agency is the Tennessee Valley Authority. All right. Jilly says Hugh is correct. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. Okay. Increase as a lead. What's this one? Successor of the Frank. Arkadium Games says this crossword is gold. Haha. Yeah, we got gold in the grid, and I tend to agree. I really like this theme. It's simple, cute, but tight, you know? And Skipper took us all by surprise. Yeah, euro. Euro replaced the currency, the franc. Nice job. Someone guesses franc too. Wouldn't that be funny? Break sharply. Diggs 2005 guesses stop. Could be stop. Yeah. I guess if you break your car sharply, yeah, I wasn't understanding the idea there, but I think, yeah, I was thinking break like a stick sharply, but yeah, if you break your car very suddenly, you're stopping. Ooh, but other people are guessing slam, which also works really well. So I think we're going to need crosses for this one. Oh yeah, and someone else Karen points out that break and break are spelled differently, so this is break sharply like this. This is not breaking a car. Yeah, James agrees. Not the right break. Okay. I was losing it for a second. You're right. Let's check this K. And hopefully we can survive this section, which is trickier than some of the others so far. Southernmost area of Florida. Oh, snap. Everyone writes snap. Yeah. Sorry, I was slow to that one. Yep. To break sharply is to snap. Now I feel good about that. And everyone knows the Florida Keys. Lovely. Cool. All right, we only have a little bit left in this section. Clumsy one's remark. Buffet meal carrier. And desert formation. User 178 says add to for increase as a lead. Yeah, if you add to your lead, then you're only, gaining even more points on your opponents. And with that, user also solves all of our crosses in this section. A desert formation is a dune, like sand dunes. A buffet meal carrier is a tray. And a clumsy person might say, oops, sorry I tripped over you, or whatever. Interestingly, Dune could have been clued in terms of the movie, but maybe they felt like they already had too many movies in the grid with Argo and Good Will Hunting here. So today we just get the sand formation. Works all the same, I suppose. 53 across, speak hoarsely. We only have one section left. Man, these fly. These especially fly when you all are playing so much. Issy May, rasp, nice. Yeah, if you speak hoarsely, you're rasping. Fern seed. Ooh, I don't think I know this. User 178 quickly guesses spore. Which does make sense. Yeah, I thought it might have been something more specific to a fern, but Sean, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, blank 4 is a small cake. And what do we have here? The slightest amount. Hold firmly. And solidifies. Yeah, everyone's getting petit four. My pronunciation on that is probably no good. That's why I said it all quietly, using my rasp. Slightest amount, yeah, an iota. Even the slightest iota. Exactly. Everyone's have we even looked at this? Criticizes, so to speak. And hold firmly. People like grip for home, hold firmly. And we only have one letter left. Just this little bottom right corner. Criticizes, so to speak. Yeah, Trace R says wraps and sets for solidifies. Yeah, I'm picturing like Jello sets. When you put it in the fridge, it solidifies, goes from liquid to solid. Oh man, I almost don't want to put this in because we're having so much fun. Who's ready for the drum roll? Are we gonna get the confetti? If not, we'll check on this W. See how that looks. Here we go. Nice work. All right, 32 minutes. That might be a new record. Well done, everybody. Well done. This was fun. Steering Committee by Fred Piskup. And we got mini driver, driver of a car, television pilot, pilot of an airplane, and grade skipper, skipper of a boat. Very nice. Yeah, Jade says, ooh, confetti. I love getting the confetti. It feels so triumphant. Emery says, you are the greatest, Jack. No, you're the greatest. I can't solve these puzzles without you guys. And even if I did, it just would not be as much fun. It would not be as much fun. But if you want to keep the fun going, then check out Arkadium. Go to Arkadium.com. They've got a million other crosswords for you to play and tons of other games that I know you'll enjoy. And follow us wherever you're watching now. Follow Arkadium on social media. We do this every day, the Daily Crossword Live. We'll be back tomorrow at noon Eastern. So come back, and if you follow on social media, then you'll be reminded of our shows. So do that as well. And I can't wait for the next one. Everyone have a good rest of your Tuesday, and I'm gonna sign off. Oh, someone writes they forgot about train engineer. Yeah, that would have been cool. Or a conductor, maybe? Oh, yeah, that was a missed opportunity. That would have been really cool. Okay, and with that, take care, everybody.